The mind is a very strong instrument, and it can be an instrument for our greatest sorrow or a means to our greatest happiness. In the end, it is a choice which we make constantly, every day, every moment, consciously or unconsciously. In this video, I will explain how to make the right choice with your mind and how to follow through with that choice. In the Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 6, verse 6, Bhagavan Krishna says that a controlled mind is your best friend and an uncontrolled mind is your worst enemy. And I think everybody of us has experienced that. So how can we make the mind our best friend? Well, the first step is to have the right viewpoint, the right knowledge. In essence, we are looking for well-being. We are looking for happiness, peace, freedom, however you want to call it, but it's a sort of well-being. So everything what we do in life is to attain a higher well-being. Once we understand that the external world is actually never going to give us the absolute well-being what we are longing for, then we will probably look for well-being somewhere else, namely inside. That is when somebody starts to endeavor on a spiritual path. All the scriptures, all the saints and all the masters have said that the fullness, the happiness, the well-being is actually inside of you. Everything you can find within yourself. That does obviously not mean that we should run away from the world and hide ourselves in a cave. No, but we should dive deeper within ourselves in whatever circumstances we are in life. If we have a family life, or if we have a single life, or if we live a monastic life, wherever we live, we should always go within and find the happiness within. Everything in this material world what we can achieve will have an end. Once we know that, we might start to make a resolution which is actually more lasting. But anyway, any resolution you make, get the right viewpoint. Think the resolution to its end. What would be the optimal outcome of that resolution which you make? Is the optimal gain from your resolution worth to invest your time and your energy? Then go for it. If you see it is futile, it is not worth it, then cut it off straight away. So the first step is get the right view, get the right knowledge. In the highest sense, the right knowledge is to understand who you truly are. That you are not this body, that you are spiritual self, and to attain the purpose of life. And the purpose of life is not to have material wealth and material achievements, but to have actually a peace of mind and an inner well-being, which can be supported and followed up by material well-being and achievements. So once you made the first step to have the right viewpoint, the right understanding, the right knowledge, the second step is to make the right resolve. Now, if you are clear, that is what I'm going for, make a clear and strong resolve. Best write it down or make something which you can hold on in times of troubles where you tend to forget about it. Write down your resolve and read it over and over again. Remind yourself over and over again of your resolve, what you're trying to achieve and what you're ready to put your time and energy in. Because you see, there will always be your small self sneaking in and making yourself weak and making yourself try to give up your resolves, give up your dreams, give up your strivings. Don't let your small self take the better of you. Be strong in your resolve. Once you have the right understanding, the right view, the right knowledge, and you have made a strong resolve, the third step is actually to consider what supports my goal, which kind of thinking, which kind of speaking, which kind of actions, which kind of company is supporting my goal. Again, it is helpful when you write those things down so that you can remind yourself Again, when you get in the moments of weakness, when your mind becomes your enemy, when she tends to become your enemy, you take out that contract which you made with yourself. Read again your resolve. Read again why. Remember why you made that resolve. And remind yourself what you actually have to do to get closer to that goal. That is obviously also a moment where discipline comes into place. You don't just do it when you feel good and when you want to do it. You do it because you know it is worth to invest your time and your energy. So once you have the right view, the right knowledge, the right resolve, and you have the right approach to it, you know what is supportive to that goal. In practical life circumstances, thoughts, words, actions, circumstances, people. Then you go to the fourth step. The fourth step is to make commitments to yourself again. If your goal is big, split it up into smaller goals. Steps for every day, steps for the next week, steps for the next month, or perhaps the next 3 months, where you make small steps into that direction. The challenge and the commitment shouldn't be too big so that you get frustrated over and over again and therefore tend to give up, but it should also not be too small so that you are not challenged and don't have to put in any effort. Best is write it down or make a commitment with your partner, with your friend, with your parents, with whoever you like. Something which binds you to your promise. Obviously, as you do it for your own benefit, for your own growth, the first commitment should be to yourself. Once you have the right view, the right knowledge, the right resolve, the right action plan, and the commitment made, then number 5, just keep going, persevere, and be constant. The uncontrolled mind, which is your enemy, will try to divert you over and over again, will try to get you away from your goal. But that's why you have number 4, the commitment, what you made. Number 3, the action plan which you made. Number 2, the resolve which you made. And number 1, the right viewpoint, the right knowledge, the right discrimination. All of that will help you to keep your mind in check, to keep going, to keep point number 5, to persevere. Keep going, small steps. You might not see a result immediately, but 100% if you persevere, you will get the results. Know that you can choose. You can choose in one direction or in another direction. You can choose if the glass is half full or half empty. And like the famous quote of Henry Ford goes, whether you think you can do it or you don't think you can do it, in both cases, you are right. You can choose if you want to have your mind as your enemy, be dominated by your lower self, by small pitiful goals and tormented by the ups and downs of life. Or you can choose to make the mind your friend, take ownership of it, let your higher self blossom and attain the true purpose of life, without being tormented by the ups and downs of life, but by more observing them and seeing that they all have a purpose, that they are all a small gift so that you can actually get closer to what you really want to achieve. They make you stronger. You can be grateful for everything life presents to you if you have the right mindset, if you choose to see it like that.